Hi everybody, welcome back to the supplement review. My name is Shira Davis, licensed clinical social worker.
And I'm Joshua Gotthof, certified physician assistant and functional medicine expert.
So in the past, we made a couple videos about supplements. We've kind of been MIA for a bit, but we are back now. And the first supplement that we wanted to talk to you about was one that's going to help with your mental health a lot. So take it away, Josh. Tell us, what are we talking about today?
So this supplement is from a company called Numedica. It's called Adrenamed, and it's for adrenal support.
Okay, so let's start with this. Why don't you tell us, what are adrenals? What does that even mean?
So adrenals are your adrenal glands. They're located right on top of your kidneys. That's why they're called adrenals, means on top of renal, which is on top of the kidney. So those adrenal glands help with stress relief, and the way they do that is by balancing cortisol levels.
Okay, so that sounds like it's definitely something that's going to help anybody that's feeling overwhelmed, stress, anxiety.
Yes, the adrenals get very taxed when a person is under a lot of either physiological stress or emotional stress. And so it's very, very important to basically support the adrenal function. And we're really going to talk about how it's not just the adrenals, but it's really supporting the brain adrenal connection to support those cortisol levels.
Okay, so what's the perfect type of person that this supplement would really help?
Really, it's the person that is under just a tremendous amount of stress, whether it's from work, whether it's just they have a tendency to have anxiety. It's if they're even under a lot of physiological stress, so if they tend to get sick very often. It's really any type of stress. It's where you feel like you're just fatigued because you're just burning energy on a daily basis.
So maybe you're a student, maybe you're a working mom, maybe you're a single mom, a single dad.
Exactly.
You're an executive, you got a lot of responsibilities, you're being pulled in all directions. This supplement is going to really help you to take it down a notch and be able to really handle what's going on in your life, yeah?
Yes, exactly. And the thing I want to talk about also is that we just think of stress as something that we experience emotionally, but it does affect our physical health. So lots of diseases, whether it's autoimmune disease, cancers, are proliferated by stress levels.
All right. So can you tell us what are some of the key ingredients that is in this supplement?
Yeah, so they put a couple of vitamins in here. So we got B6 and B5. So B6 is pyridoxine hydrochloride. B5 is pantothenic acid. What do those do? So why do they put this in an adrenal supplement? So B6 is required because it's a cofactor to create specific neurotransmitters which are needed to balance out stress levels, whether it's serotonin, GABA, dopamine. In order to produce those, B6 is a cofactor in producing those.
Okay, awesome. So we definitely want that when we're feeling stressed.
Yes. Another thing that stress affects are insulin levels. So when you raise cortisol, it also causes insulin. It can cause insulin resistance because cortisol levels cause your blood sugars to rise and cause insulin resistance. So B6 also is very important in controlling that conversion of glycogen to glucose in the liver. Okay. B5. So B5 is very important to support adrenal gland function. The reason it does this is because B5 is used in the body and it turns into something called coenzyme A, which is needed for ATP production, which is the cellular energy of the cell. Yeah.
So what does that give us more energy to deal with what's going on?
Yeah, these things aren't, these vitamins aren't necessary. Like without them, like our adrenal function would go kaput. Our brains wouldn't be able to function. We wouldn't be able to create neurotransmitters. We wouldn't be able to create energy. So in case there is a deficiency, right, they add these vitamins in. But it's not just that. When you bring these things to more of a super physiological level, then you can get better output, whether it's better energy or better neurotransmitter output. So we want to basically put the ingredients into our body that we need in order to just have normal function of the brain, of the adrenals, of the mitochondria.
Okay. Any other key, super important ingredients that are in this supplement?
So that's it for the vitamins, but then they add amazing herbs. So there's three herbs in here that are put in. So number one is rhodiola. So rhodiola is a root, and it's known as an adaptogenic herb, which means it helps us adapt to stress. So a few things. It's been shown clinically to be effective in improving physical and mental fatigue, stress-induced fatigue. It also increases attention span, and it improves mood in those people who are suffering from depression. So clinically, it's been showing that. It also helps balance the HPA axis, and this is what I was talking about before about the brain, is that it's not just the adrenals, but it's called the HPA axis, which is the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. So in a lot of adrenal supplements, but specifically in this one, so rhodiola supports the hypothalamus pituitary. That is, the hypothalamus and pituitary control pretty much every function of the body because they control hormone output. And so if the brain is not working properly, you're not going to have proper nervous system function. You're not going to have proper adrenal function because they have to tell and relate to the adrenals to actually put out cortisol, to stop putting out cortisol. That is very important for the brain to function properly. So therefore, it's going to help with mood regulation, mental clarity, work performance, and the sleep cycle. And this was also very interesting that rhodiola can actually help regulate heart rhythm. So by doing that, you're also helping regulate stress levels.
Right. Okay, this sounds like a great supplement. Any other last bit that you wanted to...
Well, there's actually two more ingredients. So a lot of you may know about ginseng. So in this supplement, they actually put something called American ginseng in here. So American ginseng is one of the more gentle ginsengs. So it doesn't have that major stimulating effect that Korean ginseng has, but it still gives you a good amount of energy without stimulating you too much. So it's very strong and effective, but without having the too much of a stimulating effect like a Korean ginseng. So it's actually been shown with people high levels of cortisol that American ginseng can help with stress-induced hyperactivity. It helps with, again, HPA axis dysfunction, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis dysfunction. And it also can help with metabolic health. So it's been shown to help with fat breakdown, with glucose release. So very important for metabolic health. And this was an interesting study. So in animal models using mice, they found that if the mice were exposed to chronic, unpredictable, mild stress, that the ginsenoside, which is the active ingredient in ginseng, so it demonstrated actually an antidepressant effect. So this is up your alley with you doing therapy. And how does it do that? Again, it modulates the HPA axis. But another thing that it does is it also increases something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. So that helps with alertness. So when someone doesn't have that alertness and their brain is kind of foggy, they're going to tend to be more irritated. So it's going to create depression and anxiety. And another thing that it did was when it regulates the HPA axis, it actually helped decrease cortisol levels and therefore also increase testosterone levels in men. And it also helped with serotonin levels. So many things that American ginseng can do. Helps with insulin sensitivity, which is very important for balancing mood. So
wow, it sounds amazing.
Yeah, American ginseng is really an amazing herb.
Powerful.
And last but not least, they put something in called cordyceps. So cordyceps is known in traditional Chinese medicine to help with pretty much every function in the body, or every organ in the body that stress can affect. So it helps with immune function. It can also help with, so what happens is when someone is experiencing heavy stress levels, that could really wane on immune function. So cordyceps helps reinforce the immune system. Maybe we could talk about some herbs for your
Next
cough.
time, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about a supplement that can help with a cold.
Yeah. We shares on a few things, but maybe we'll go over that next time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been really helping her. Okay, but
despite what's going on right now.
Yeah, she was much worse. But basically, cordyceps can support nearly every physiological system that's impacted by stress.
I'm sorry.
So they actually found that that in test subjects that were given cordyceps, they were actually able to handle stress a lot better than those that were not given the cordyceps. So they tested different, they had different stress function tests, and they performed much better. So cordyceps, as I forgot to mention, that cordyceps is actually, it's not an herb, but it's actually a mushroom. So it can actually help decrease inflammation in the brain and the nervous system that's associated with depression. It can also help rein in anxiety that's due to low energy, because it actually helps, again, with the mitochondria, which produces ATP and energy. It can protect the brain and nervous system. So stress, one of the other things that stress does, it can actually destroy the brain. And so they've actually found in patients with Alzheimer's that the more stress that they experience, the higher chance that they had for developing Alzheimer's later on. So it's very important to decrease those stress levels and to support cognition, support the brain. So very, very important. So it helps with brain fog, it helps with memory. Cordyceps is really, really an awesome mushroom. Like a lot of the mushrooms the therapeutic mushrooms are just really, really power. They just support a lot of functions. They do more than one thing. So yeah,
this really sounds like a superpower supplement, honestly. And not only did you guys learn about this supplement, but you learned about all the different ingredients that can help with your many aspects of your mental health. So not only did we just talk about this one supplement, but you can go out and purchase all of these other different little individual supplements that we spoke about for the different issues that you are facing.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of these herbs and the cordyceps, mushroom, and the vitamins, they actually work synergistically. So you want
them to be together.
You want them to be together.
Okay.
Also, if you do buy them separately, maybe the dosing is not proper and it's just too much. If you take full dose of rhodiola, full dose of cordyceps, it's just too much. This is dosed properly,
right.
And it's synergistic, so it can all act together. It's also a lot less expensive when you
got them all combined into one.
Yes, then buying them separately.
Okay, thank you. That was a very important.
Yeah, that's why I like to use a lot of supplements that have more than one ingredient in them, because they're synergistic. I want to know how much is in there, so I don't like these proprietary blends necessarily. But this tells you exactly how much of each thing is in here. So I'll just list it real quick. In one capsule, you got 50 milligrams of B6, you got 50 milligrams of pantothenic acid, 400 milligrams of cordyceps, 200 milligrams of American ginseng, and 100 milligrams of rhodiola. And there was one more thing, actually 25 milligrams of PABA. That's also very important for neurotransmitter production. All
right, so you guys got, I was going to say a little taste, but you guys got a lengthy taste of what this supplement really does for you, and it sounds amazing. I'm going to refer a lot of my clients, to using this supplement. And I hope you guys can find it helpful for you too.
Yeah, and I just want to let you know that I use it myself because I do suffer from anxiety and low energy, and this supplement really helps me, but it doesn't throw me over the edge. And it just really balances my energy. It makes me feel really, really good. More than even like a 5-HTP supplement or even a St. John's wort. I found that this is just, it helps my body produce its own neurotransmitters versus just kind of, putting the neurotransmitters directly into the body. I like how this gives me just more balance and more clarity, and better mood. So, this is Numedica Adrenamed. I'll put the link down below where you can get it.
And maybe we'll put an image of it so you can see it properly and not backwards.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And stay tuned. We will have to do another one on cold remedies and things like that. And I apologize for all of the interruptions today.
Till the next episode of the Supplement Review, thank you for joining us, and stay well and stay healthy. Like and subscribe and share. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.